this is Kurt, 5 Hacking Tips. Thanks for joining me. We've got a subject today that has been popping up on LinkedIn and also on some of the Twitter groups recently, and I just wanted to cover it because it is this week. It's a hot topic, and I've had the great fortune of a lot of people providing posts and some insights in on this. But it's basically what I wanted to cover was cybersecurity training on a budget and provide some resources for free cybersecurity training or some very low-cost cybersecurity training. The first one is Hack the Box. I put HTB here. I cover Hack the Box in a video that I produced earlier in the week called Getting Started in Cybersecurity. So if you want to know a lot more detail about, not a lot more, but some more detail about Hack the Box, please refer to that video, or just Google Hack the Box and it'll pop up first thing, and go in there and take a look at it. Both that and TryHackMe. I don't have a lot of experience with TryHackMe, but I did go and check it out before doing this video, and it looks really good. Right off the bat here, I'm showing it here on the screen, but right off the bat they have a tutorial, and I clicked into here and it looked fairly promising. But you go in and you know, they show you how to do that that machine setup, or not the machine setup, but to connect with the VPN. And if you don't need to, you know, in this case, you don't really have to connect with a VPN, because they have an attack box here as well, right up here to start an attack box, and you get that free. You also get that with Hack the Box as well. They provide a web a machine interface that you can use to attack. I recommend, though, if you're going to get out and start training in cybersecurity and you want to do some real hacking and pen testing and approach it from that perspective, not just do some blue team analysis or OSINT analysis, but you really want to, and even in those cases, but I mean, if you really want to get into hacking, I recommend that you go through the setting up a virtual machine on either VirtualBox or VMware. My preferred flavor is Kali. You might pick something else. For me, Kali was just turnkey. It's very well maintained. It has a good package manager. It's Debian based. If you're familiar with OS X and Darwin, it kind of transfers a lot easier from that BSD environment to the Debian environment, or at least that was the case for me. So, but if you really just want to give it a try and you don't want to, you know, you want to see what it's like and you don't want to go through the VMware or the VirtualBox virtual machine setup, then they do have machines online here, these attack boxes that you can kick off and start using, and they walk you through that whole process. And then, just like starting point, I wrote starting point here on the presentation. That's actually where you would go within Hack the Box, and that would probably be the similar to what you see here, where they have like red team reconnaissance and this kind of thing, where they actually walk you through, or vulnerability is what they call it here, would probably be the similar starting point offering that TryHackMe has. I didn't put the site link here, but if you Google TryHackMe, it pops right up. The next couple items, I think that if you're going to sit for a pen testing course, my favorite flavor was Pen 200, or back in the day they called it PWK, Penetration Testing with Kali, that's offered by Offensive Security. But Offensive Security also offers a really good online course called Metasploit Unleashed, and you're going to have to get used to using Metasploit. It's a good tool. I recommend. I use it. I don't use it all the time. I actually use it less and less the more that I hack. I tend to use a lot more specialized tools in scripting these days than than Metasploit. But Metasploit's really good when you get into lab environments and you already know what the vulnerability is because you've done proper enumeration on a system. Then you can just go to Metasploit. You would know that that's in Metasploit, or you could do a Metasploit search and see that it's in there. And also, when you search ExploitDB, it tells you whether it's in Metasploit or not. So I would recommend going through that Metasploit Unleashed training, and then just below that I have BurpSuite Training. If you go to the Portswigger website, there's a bunch of courses on there that are free that cover BurpSuite. You will need to know, if you want to get into web application hacking, you're going to need to know how to use a proxy. And a really good attack proxy is BurpSuite. And I would even recommend going ahead if, like, you know, I mean, it's like, I don't know, my BurpSuite Pro license is kind of like the Tonka toy for an 11-year-old. It's something that I go to like all the time. For example, like, I haven't used BurpSuite in about 2 weeks, but when I use it, I'm usually in there like all the time. It's really good for brute forcing. It's got encoders, decoders. You can set up man-in-the-middle attacks. You can do replays, and it's all in that proxy environment. And in the newer versions of BurpSuite, they also include like you can start a browser from within the proxy without going through all the intricate proxy setup that we used to have to do. But those two, Offensive Security, Metasploit Unleashed, and then Portswigger's BurpSuite Training, I would recommend to do before you went for a paid training on hacking, because in that paid training, you're probably going to get lab time, and you're going to spend a lot of your lab time trying to figure out these two tools. And it's better to know them going into the training rather than doing it and spending your lab time trying to figure these tools out. The next one is, it's something that I just came by off of Simply Learn. I don't have it was recommended in one of the posts, and I saw somebody like put their cert up on one of the Twitter posts, and I checked it out. It looks pretty good. It's a 3-hour course, so this looks like maybe it's probably a really good introduction to cybersecurity training, and not necessarily like a hacking course like the two above that. You know, the Offensive Security and the BurpSuite Training, or the Metasploit Unleashed Training and the BurpSuite Training, those are going to be things where you're going to have to start up the program, and you're going to have to use the program. And of course, with the Metasploit Unleashed, you're going to be using the command line. And I have a comment about that, about command line skills later. And then, of course, there's always the trusty and reliable Cybrary. With Cybrary, I mean, there are many free training courses, and there's also cybersecurity mixed in there. But one of my recommendations with Cybrary is be, you know, I would pick like a newer, I would look at the dates that the courses were uploaded or updated, and I would pick something that's a bit newer, because you could end up being taught some things that are outdated or irrelevant. A lot of it isn't, though. You'd be surprised at some of the cybersecurity books that I have from 2007, 2005, and they still very much apply. It's just that some of the techniques have changed slightly. And Google, and of course, you know, there's other resources to help you out there. There's Stack Exchange and that kind of thing. The next one is CISA, and not Certified Information Security or Systems Auditor, CISA. This is the security agency in the United States. They have a lot of cybersecurity training exercises and courses that are free right there on their website. I'm going to check that out later. I'm quite interested in that. And then I'm going to save the last for best. So these guys, a lot of them are like ex-military is the impression I get. I watch their podcasts, and they're on Discord, and they've got a great Discord site. So I'd recommend connecting to them on Discord as well. It's extremely low cost. I think some or all the training is like pay what you can. you know, I try not to go in there and lowball them with like $5 or, you know, $2 or something like that. But do pay what you can, because it is very, very good training. And they have some very specific training too. Let me go, I think I've got their website up. But if you just look at, and they also sponsor Wild West Hackin' Fest. Here, I'm sorry, I'm not showing it to you. They sponsor this Wild West Hackin' Fest. And that's a pretty good event when they have it. But if you go up here, learn, training, they have a lot of podcasts too and that kind of thing. And it's a good exchange. It's just a good team to be in touch with. So if you look at the courses, you know, they've got a lot of courses here, and when you do pay what you can, if you pay more than $195, one of the benefits is that they'll give you 6 months of access to what is really a great cyber range. It's basically the anti-siphon training environment, where you can go in and there's 10 different levels of this ACE-T certification, and you go in there, and as you knock away boxes, you gain a higher level within the ACE-T certification, and I think that holds some weight, on top of the fact that Black Hills itself offers some really good training. I mean, if you look at what the course catalog is, you know, active defense, cyber deception, advanced network threat hunting, that's probably a really good one for the defense side. Defending the enterprise, applied purple teaming, there's all kinds of good stuff in here. And there's also some really good hacking. So web app pen testing would be a really good one. That'd be where you'd use your BurpSuite skills as well. And then there's, you know, red team, first step, or actually second step, getting access. And that kind of thing. Windows post-exploitation, that's probably a really good one. I want to check that out myself. And that's it. It's a really quick video today. I just wanted to show you what's out there. I will provide all of this information that I've shared with you in this PowerPoint in the description of the YouTube video. Please take advantage of it. If you have any additional resources, please comment. Actually, here, let me do that. Please comment, please subscribe, if we do get comments, I mean, I'm proactive about responding to comments, especially if they're about substance. Please, please add to this if you can. I'll appreciate it. Have a good day. Thank you.